Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and welcome to another episode of my V8 Supercar Mastery Series. This is the week 2 practice problems of season 1 of 2015, and as you can see I'm driving the Holden Commodore, and here we are at Summit Point. This is a track that I haven't run in a very long time. I think I've run it, of course you run it in the Mazda, and I think I ran it in the Global Challenge. I think you know what, I ran it, okay, so I ran it twice in Global Challenge. Once I ran it with the Kia, I think it was the same season as last week's, anyway, so yeah, so it was the same season as last week's video as well. That makes any sense. But I also ran it again with the Cadillac, and I don't remember when that was, but I haven't run here very often, and this is definitely not one of my stronger tracks. It's not really my favorite tracks, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that back end section, the S's, it's just not something that I'm particularly good at. And this week brings up a couple interesting problems because I'm having not only difficulty with the track because I'm just not very good at this track, but I'm also having hardware changes as well. I won't call it problems because it's just a period of readjustment that I'm having right now, because I sort of splurged and gave myself my a little Christmas gift to myself, and so what I did is I picked up a BenQ monitor. And so the monitors I had before, they were these 20-inch, they were Acer 60Hz monitors. They were like 1600 by 900 resolution, and that's what I was using for my triple monitor setup, and it was great. It looks great. I mean, coming from console, as a console gamer, it was amazing. I was just like, oh, this is like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. But now that I picked up this BenQ monitor, it's a 24-inch monitor, it's 144 hertz. It was fairly pricey. I mean, this one monitor alone costs the same amount as my PS4. So I was like, holy shit, this is an expensive monitor, and you can tell the difference. But with that, I've lost my triple monitor setup, so I'm now back to just one monitor because I just cannot stand looking at the, how first world problems of me. But I can't stand looking at the, having triple monitor set up with two monitors that are like half the hertz or more than half the hertz, and smaller by 3 inches, 4 inches. So it would just kind of screw things up for me. So I opted, just for simplicity's sake, to go back to one monitor for now. I'd like to eventually upgrade again. Maybe throughout the remainder of the year, I'll eventually be able to piece together a triple monitor setup. I should, because I ordered a triple monitor stand, and it's going to be here like the new year. So I will eventually get to that point. I don't know when though, because I need to consider some things about what sort of peripheral monitors I want to put on. So that's what's going on this week. I'm dealing with sort of the reduction of 3 monitors down to 1, albeit a really high quality monitor. And the other thing is I'm just dealing with this particular track. Like I said, it's not something that I've excelled at, and the setup that I was using earlier this week, if you watched my league race. So basically, if you've been watching this series and you haven't been catching league races, what I'm doing with the league races and the league races itself is basically like a test bed practice race for the Thursday Friday V8's America series. And so I was running a particular setup for Tuesday, which was basically last week's setup, and I was doing okay with it. It was a stable setup. And then it was Friday, I think it was Friday afternoon, Tony Klusterman gave me a setup which was really good. It was very tight, it was very responsive, and the only thing about it that I did not like was that the gearing was too tall. And I had been practicing all week with shorter gears, And so going to the taller gears was something that was a hindrance for me. And so the only change that I made from Tony's setup was to change the gears. I think he had like a 3.15, and I switched it to a 3.5, back to 3.5. And so for me, that was just way more comfortable, because all my shift points were changing, and the gears in which I'd enter corners were changing. So I like got myself into this rhythm, and it just wasn't working. And so I made that choice, and I've been having good success. Again, it's not consistent for me yet. I'm just dying for the day that I can start to get in and have consistent races, you know, hopefully within half second from one lap to the next lap. Because even though in this video, in this practice session, I was running mid 12s, usually in the race and you'll see when I post that video on Monday, but you'll see that my lap times fluctuate so drastically, like they have for the short season before, and then this week so far, where I might run like a 12.3, and the very next lap I'll run like a 13.3, and the next lap I'll run like a 12.8. So it's just one of those things that I haven't hit a rhythm yet. I need to hit a rhythm. I need to hit the stride, and I'm not doing it just yet. I'm hoping it comes soon though. And I really only have one more chance to do that for this week, so I'm gonna make sure I will be running in the Strike the Field race tomorrow night at midnight, like I did tonight. It was a pretty good turnout. I had a pretty strong showing, and we'll see if tomorrow's race is any better. I know it'll definitely be in a higher split, and it seems like Sunday races are typically pretty big too compared to the Saturday night, at least so far for this for tonight. Other than that, there's really not much else to report for the week. It's just a lot of struggling that I've been having, a little bit of adjustment now with a change in my hardware, but I'll bounce back for sure pretty quickly. I've already gotten used to being back on one monitor. It was driving me nuts all day yesterday and some of today, but not as bad as it was yesterday. So anyways, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I shall talk to you guys later.